I'm Deanne Harris.
I'm Jessica Riskin.
I'm Angela Satterwhite.
So just imagine yourself on a pretty cool spring morning, and you're running and you see this ramp to your favorite football stadium. Well, you run up to the top, and just as you get to the top, you're about to catch your breath, but something else already has. Before I tell you that, I'm going to demonstrate how close friends can save your lives, how some of your most memorable places can give you goosebumps just talking about them, and how some of the dumbest decisions you can make can impact your life in a very positive way. So without further ado, let me introduce to you one of my closest friends, my freshman roommate, former Aggie Band commander and current U.S. Army Ranger, Dalton Taylor Fuss. On the first day of the Corps, I was pretty surprised to see some of the friends that I made. They're a very unique group of people, but one stood out above the rest. He was a man among boys. Even though he was only 5'7" and had a widow's peak, he was a leader. He was accepted to West Point twice, actually. The first time he had mononucleosis, and the second time he decided he loved us so much that he wanted to stay with us. So, and I remember my freshman year, one of the ways that Dalton Fuss impacted me personally, since he was my roommate, I was very depressed freshman year. A lot of stuff was going on, and actually contemplated suicide at once. Well, he stayed with me, talked with me, set me up with a guidance counselor. Not only that, but he also pushed me to where I am today, and that's why I'm a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army Reserves. Now that I've introduced to you one of my closest friends, I'd like to tell you about one of my favorite places. On August the 28th of 2008, Texas A&M was playing Arkansas State University at Kyle Field. It was 3 weeks since we'd started at the Aggie Band, and I didn't like my door being kicked in at 5 in the morning and having people yell at me. So I went to the band director and said, I want to get out. He said, well, Matt, try to stay in until this first game. And if you want to get out after that, you can go ahead. So we step out on the field at halftime of this game, 85,000 fans. You know, this roar from the speakers said, now forming at the north end of Kyle Field, the nationally famous Fighting Texas Aggie Band. And the crowd goes wild. They're roaring. I mean, all 85,000 fans are on their feet cheering us on. The feeling's undescribable, unimaginable. But then the whistle blew, and I took my first step of many on Kyle Field. My senior year, actually, it was early in the morning. I decided I wasn't going to go to anything this day. This is going to be my off day. So I went on a run, ended up at Kyle Field, and someone left the gates open. So I took off running up the ramp. But before I tell you exactly what happened when I got to the top of that ramp, I'm going to tell you how one of the dumbest things I've ever done has impacted me in a very, very positive way. My senior year in high school, my best friend and I decided to go terrorizing his neighborhood on Halloween. We went to one of his neighbor's yards who had a human-sized replica of the headless bride with the head of the bride in the bride's hand. Well, we decided to replace it with a trick-or-treat basket and super glue the head back onto the head. Like the head back onto the neck, actually. Well, as we get finished, front porch light comes on. Someone's standing there with a pistol. I was thinking it was just a joke. Well, actually it wasn't. As I was jogging back, laughing back to the vehicle we were traveling in, I hear his gun go off, and the leaves in the tree next to me exploded. My hearing went out, and I don't remember too much after that besides being shaken by my best friend about a mile down the road saying that I was in a daze looking at a blank stare. Now, because of that event, I think before I act. It affected me in a very positive way, and that's why I'm where I'm at today. Then I've told you about how almost losing your life can impact you in a very positive way. Let me reiterate on what I've told you today. Best friends can save your lives in more than one way. Some of your favorite places can bring out such emotions that you don't know how to describe them. And some of the events that happen in your life can affect you in many different ways. So to finish my story, I made it to the top of Kyle Field. What caught my breath was the sunrise coming up over all of College Station. Most beautiful sight I've ever seen. And as I looked at the sunrise and all the buildings, I pondered on all the people, the places, and events that have happened in my life.